you the money, okay? You want to know how you make money. So we have a revolutionary 2-4 forever plan. This is a pass-up system, okay? But our pass-up system is highly unique, again, like I mentioned, to anybody else. So how does it work, okay? So you have Joe that's a trainer. Let's say he's your sponsor. He sponsors you, you come into the program, and then you start to refer people to the program. So the first person you refer, you're going to make a 100% commission, okay? The second person, you're actually going to make a 50% commission, and 50% is going to go up to your trainer, up to your sponsor, okay? The third person, you're going to make 100% on. Now, this is on all levels. So this will be, this could be the 25. We'll talk about the 25 just for now, because that's what this thing is based on. But it works the same for the 25, the 100, the 500. Now, here's the cool part about this. It's really, really important, you guys, is that the pass up, in most pass up systems, you pass up 100% of the money. You also pass up the person. So in other words, that person is no longer on your list. You worked very hard to get that person, and then you gave it away and you're starting building somebody else's list, okay? To me, I don't think that was fair. So one of the things that we decided to do was, well, let's make sure that we get paid something and we get to keep the person. So you keep that person is on your list, and that's for you. You're only going to pass up 50% of the money. That's it, okay? And you still make 50% on that. So you're not losing anything for the work effort that you're putting in. Now, the fourth person is going to come in, and they're going to pay you 50%, and that's going to be the money's going to pass up to the trainer, okay, or your sponsor. Then the next three after that are all yours. 100% goes to you. And then the fourth one after that is a 50-50 split pass up. And that happens every fourth one. So basically how it works is the second person you refer, the fourth person you refer, and every fourth person after that is a 50-50 split, okay? But you retain them in your downline because you sponsored them, okay? Any questions on that at this point? Are we all good with that? Okay, so let's look at a few other things that can happen here, okay? So we've got you in here. We've got the pass up, so we've shown you here. Now we're going to start showing you how you can actually make some extra money, okay? So now what's happening is that person in number one that you personally sponsored, okay? Remember now, when they sponsor two people, their second one, they're going to make 50% and you're going to get that 50. So now this is where the pass-ups start happening. This is where you start gaining your pass-ups that are being from the people that you personally sponsored, okay? So it's going to go through the same way as they start sponsoring, more and more are going to start coming up. So you're going to be looking at right here, there's 10 different pass-ups that you're going to get in just this little scenario right here. Just to kind of give you guys an example and open your eyes a little bit, we've been now open in beta for just over 48 hours, okay? And myself, personally, I have done almost $1,000 in commissions with 11, 12 people in my business, okay? 12 people. I have never made that kind of money with a low entry program in a short time with so little people before. And I've been in this industry 38 years. Okay? So I have a little bit of experience in comp plans. I've helped develop them for probably 15 years with other companies. And I had my footprint in on helping on the development of this one. Okay? All of us that are involved, including the two owners, okay, are well-seasoned marketers in the industry and have been very, very successful. They're seven-figure earners in this industry. But they've also owned businesses. Other than the programmer, Daniel Butts has owned 5 different successful businesses over his 10, 12 years in the industry. Okay, so he's been very successful in everything that he has launched to date. So let's show you what could happen in week 1 just with the first level. So that's the novice level. We're only going to talk about the novice level here, okay? We're not going to talk about the pro money. We're not going to talk about the expert money, okay? Because what's going to happen, you guys, is 80% of the people that you introduce to this business are all going to come in at the novice level. They're going to come in, they're going to check out the system, see if it works, and when they see it does, then they will consider scaling up to the next level and then to the next level. Okay, so we're going to talk about the base $35 entry, $10 admin fee, and the $25 package that you get your commissions on. Okay, so week 1, you're going to get signed up, log into your account, get activated, right? Set up your BTC and LTC wallets. We're going to show you how to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to base this on 4 people that you refer. Okay, 4 people at $35. I'll tell you right now, when we show you the concept, and Charlie can contest to this because Charlie is pretty new to this industry here. He just followed what I told him to do, and the guy is on fire. Okay? It's all a matter of posting the right ad copy, which I'm going to provide to you. It's the same ad copy I used that last month in a similar program that we were doing prior to this. I put 127 personally registered people in 32 days. Okay? And I did that all in 15 minutes a day. That's it. And I promise you it's not going to take you much more than that. The time that you're going to spend is responding to everybody and getting them the information. The posting takes you 3 minutes to make a post in multiple places. We'll show you where to post them into groups in Facebook. We'll show you if you're going to do other things like, let's say, LinkedIn, your timeline and so forth there. We'll show you how to do that on Twitter and all that other kind of stuff, okay? We're going to show you how simple it is to put very, very simple posts in there that do not have your link. Never, ever post your link to anybody, okay? And we're going to get into that after I've gone through the rest of this here, okay? So now we're going to be focusing on 4 people. So your earnings just in week 1, and this doesn't sound like much, okay? And you're going to go, well, it's $75 a week, okay? You need to follow me through a 10-week plan on here, okay? So 2 times 25, because you're number 1 and number 3, you're getting paid 100%, and 2 and 4, you're getting paid 50%, okay? That's the $1,250. So that's $75. Now, there's a lot of people are going to do this in 1 day, 2 days. Some people are going to do 10, 12, 20 people a week, right? But we're just going to base this on 4, okay? Which is literally the average of what people can do in their business, okay? So once you've done that, you're going to make $75 first week. The second week, those 2 are going to get their 4. We're going to be teaching everybody how to get their 4 people, okay, into this business. Now, some of you might say, well, I can never get 4 because I've never done it before. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of things. First of all, if you've never got 4 sales before, you weren't trained properly. Not to say that I'm better than any of the people you worked with, but you haven't worked with me. And I've made an awful lot of people, thousands of people, thousands of dollars a month over my career, okay? It's a matter of who will spend the time with you. A lot of the bigger marketers that are out there, they will be with their team at the very beginning, but as they become and start making the bigger and bigger money, they go to outsourcing, so they spend less time with the people that are in there. So what happens in a lot of my opinion is that they don't get the personal touch. You will get to work with me 3 times a week at least on these Zooms when you show up. I'm also available anytime. You guys will have my contact information. Just don't abuse it. I need time to sleep, right? But you will have that access to me and all of my leaders and everything that are in my business. We are going to have multiple things going daily. I'll be doing mine during the day. I will have other leaders in my business be doing nighttime ones. So you'll be able to jump on these things at multiple times a day. Okay? This is what's going to be putting in. I'm also going to be creating a complete site for you guys that will have all your ad copy and everything for you. Okay? So this is why I do not want you to worry when I say get your 4. Okay? If you've never done it before, you're about to do it. Okay? That I can promise you. Because Charlie didn't think he could do it. And Charlie phoned me the other day and says, I have so many leads coming in, I have to actually shut down my ad. I mean, how many of you would like to have that? Right? Okay? That's how bad it got for Charlie. He phoned me up. He goes, I don't know what to do anymore. I have to shut this down. I got too many people asking me for information. I don't know about you, but that's a really good problem to have. Okay? So we're going to teach you how to do that. And all Charlie did was what I told him to do. Okay? So now in week 2, you've got 4 people that are paying you $12.50. Okay? Now this is if you never went out and got any more than 4 people. We're just talking about if you only ever referred 4 people. That's what this scenario is based on. So we're not saying doing 4 a week. We're talking about just doing 4. Okay? So week 2, you've just made $50. And you're going, what? I made $25 less than week 1. Well, that's because you made $200 sales or $25 sales that week. Okay, so now we're going to go on to week 3. Okay, now those 4 will go out and get their 4. Okay, so now you got 8 people sending you $12.50 pass ups. So that's $100. Week 4, you're up to $200. Week 5, you're up to $400. Week 6, you're up to $800. Okay. Week 7, 16. Now this isn't in total. This is what you're getting per week. Okay. So we're going to add all these things up. Okay. Week 8, now you're making $32,000 in that week, or $3,200 in that week. Week 9, $6,400. So again, this is everybody just getting 4. No more than 4. That's it. That's all they're doing because they've gone, you know what? I'm exhausted. I got my 4 people. I just can't do it anymore. Okay. So that's the scenario we're building this on. Okay. Week 10, you're now receiving 1,024 pass ups at $12.50 for $12.80. Now this is just a scenario. This may or may not happen. This could be 5 times this amount. Who knows? Depending. You don't know who you're going to register in your business. Okay? You want to add it all up? Let's do that. That's what can be done in 2.5 months. Okay? Now remember how week 1 it was like $75? Well, if you really took this serious and did what I did and just went out there and did some marketing, who knows? You could do $1,000 in 48 hours like I did. And imagine if you ended up doing that every 2 days or every 3 days. This business here, because it's so new to the crypto space and it's what the crypto space has been looking at, the opportunity for you to make the dollar amounts is, I guess it's wide open. You don't know what it could be. I've made a lot of money in the crypto space since I tapped into it a few years ago. Okay? And it's all because it's a fresh and new thing. And we're still in the infancy stage. We will still be in the infancy stage 3 years from now in crypto. Okay? By the time crypto gets really accepted worldwide, we're probably going to be looking 5 to 8 years. It's taken Bitcoin from 2009 to now, 9 years, to be really accepted. Banks and all those things are now just 9 years it took for Bitcoin to be accepted. Now, the process that's happening now is going to happen a little bit faster now because Bitcoin has blazed that trail for us already. Okay? And now you're starting to see Litecoin and Ethereum and all the other top-end coins now starting to get recognition that's out there. So this is a really good thing, you guys. Okay? But It could be really big short-term money depending on what your motivational and drive level is. I'm going to try and motivate and drive you the best that I possibly can as a leader, and I'm sure your sponsor will do the exact same thing. We will keep you plugged in as long as you want to be plugged in. Okay? You'll get the support as long as you request it. Okay? Now, saying that, got to be very, very careful on that. Saying that, we won't do the work for you, but we will show you how to do the work. Okay? So, I'm not going to cover this part here. I just wanted to cover the bit, because this is actually the bottom part of the compensation plan I didn't get time to get rid of. So it's just a matter of getting to the next level. What are you going to decide to do today? I know a lot of people are skeptical out there. I get it. I was skeptical too. But for $35 one time, I don't know, that's probably a lunch for a lot of people out there, right? Depending on where you're up in here in Canada, that's about a lunch. That's how expensive it can be up here, right? So $35. I'm not going to say, hey, you know, it's like 3 drinks at the bar, or it's like 4 packs of cigarettes. I don't do that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm a business guy, and you're going to hear from me the business aspect from my experience in this industry. I've owned a brick and mortar, so I see the value in business. So it's all a matter of, do you want to make the change and create you the wealth you want, or do you want to continue working for somebody else and make their dreams come true? Okay? Because that's what we did. I made a choice back in 2002, because that's when I went full time in this industry. And I made a decision back then that it was time for me to make Carl rich and to stop making other people rich. I worked for a lot of wealthy people in the corporate world. And I saw CEOs and that getting paid, you know, $600,000-800,000 a year and receiving bonuses of $200,000 or $300,000 a year off of the work that I did for them. And my salary never went up. I didn't get a raise in 4 years. But my time went up. I was an on-call technician, so my time was required around the clock that I barely got compensated for. Because see, that's how things work in the working world. Okay? When you work for somebody else, they're the ones in control of your life, your destiny as to where you're going to go. Okay? You don't have any control over that. When they tell you to jump, you jump. If you don't jump, well, I guess you join the rest on the unemployment line. That's how it works. Okay? As an entrepreneur, you call the shots. Okay? You work the hours you want to work, and that's that. If you don't work the hours, you don't get paid. That's how our world works. Okay? Now, some people like the other aspect of working for somebody else because they can go to work for 40 hours a week and really not work but still get paid. Okay? Until they get caught. But there's a lot of people that I worked with in the corporate world that spend a lot of time outside smoking or in the cafeteria or talking on the cubicles or whatever it is and really not getting much accomplished. But they still got a paycheck every 2 weeks. Okay? That's how the real world works. It's really not a great place. Some people think it is because they can go to work and hate their job and still get paid and not do anything. But here, you come to our world where you become an entrepreneur. You can work like I do. 15, I work, and honestly, I work about 4 hours a day, right? And I create a lifestyle that most people would dream of having. I've experienced $10,000 days, $30,000 months consistently and consecutively, many, many times over. You know, I've made more in a month than most people make in a year. My best month was $68,000. And it's possible, but only possible on the internet. You will not get that unless you get a CEO job. And even CEOs, I don't think make 68,000. Some of them do, maybe 60, but the average CEO will make about $30,000 to $40,000 a month.